Gun violence is surging across the U.S. 3 mass shootings last weekend alone underscored what has been a month-long spate of gun violence across this country. Based on your research, your data analysis, what accounts for it?
Well, we have seen a surge in gun sales that accelerated greatly during the pandemic. A lot of Americans, their ideas of security and safety are wrapped up in firearm ownership.
I fell in love with it, the very first trigger pull.
Ray says he owns them for protection.
I can clear my apartment if I need to.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here. And surprise, surprise, a country that has more guns than people has a major issue with mass shootings. Only in America do we have grown men spending their life's earnings make-believing they're G.I. Joe. It's a sort of disease, a weird right-wing cosplay fetish. Maybe because, like Captain Bonespurs, their dubious leader, none of these morons could cut it in the actual military. You know, they can't contain their little emotions long enough to take an order, or their mentality incapable of comprehending one.
Ray says the AR-15 style is especially popular because they're so customizable, often described as Legos for adults. Anna personalized hers to fit her small frame. It weighs less than 5 pounds.
We've had to find different components to make it as light as it can be. I would not be able to hold up a 20-pound gun and fire it where I needed to fire it.
Brian also had Anna's AR-15 style rifle decorated with a pink Hello Kitty decal. Others took it to greater extremes. And then there's Ray, who tattooed a picture of his heavily modified rifle on his arm.
When you add on to the real gun, you're going to
I'm gonna
add
keep
on to the arm?
Yes, adding on to the art, yes.
And that's the scary thing. The people who are obsessed with guns the most are the people who should have them the least. We're talking brain-dead sociopaths, preppers, and conspiracy theorist wackos. Having an underground bunker with 800 guns and 800,000 rounds of ammo really comes in handy on a day-to-day basis, doesn't it? These quacks actually yearn for an apocalyptic event so they can murder in full free anarchy. They want the video game fantasies to become real life. That is within the confines of their own mind anyway. The simple fact they play video games all day and can afford to spend all their money on war paraphernalia instead of necessities tells you they haven't actually roughed it very much in their life. On the contrary, if any real crisis happened and these morons would actually have to work to put food in their own mouths, they'd be yearning for the comfort of their mama's basement again. The things sane people are advocating for are called common sense gun laws for a reason. There's a bunch of things about America's gun culture that are way off kilter. No other civilized modern country has the issues with rampant mass shootings that we have here in America. Republicans call this the price of freedom. Well, guess what? All those other countries have freedom combined with the freedom of not having to worry if their kids might not come home from school. Freedom that you can go to a concert without leaving in a hearse. The only freedom that would be missing is freedom for politicians to rake in millions from NRA lobbyists. And guess what, morons? That's the freedom Republican lawmakers are talking about. Common sense gun laws don't even approach a hint of limitation of any law-abiding American's freedom, and they give our neighbors the freedom of peace of mind. These rich Republican jackaloons that hold office don't own guns. They own stock in gun manufacturers. Get that through your heads. They take great comfort in knowing that they can secure their re-election by saying the words Second Amendment and win over legions of unthinkable Neanderthals. The same Neanderthals who are too stupid to realize that these same people they're re-electing are picking their pockets clean and stepping on them continually. Guns are just a means of winning a bunch of one-issue morons. So sadly, I don't see America's gun culture moving unless this country can wise up to the political machine that's pushing gun culture for their own personal gain. They couldn't care less if children die and continue to die on their watch because all that matters to them is that that watch is a Rolex, and they have the NRA and brain-dead voters to thank for that. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.